yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's that kids and wives and 9 to 5s, but we are married to the games. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router and Timothy Hall. As always, we are talking about life and games and life 042. Woo! I'm feeling good. Feeling fine. Timothy Hall.
Yes.
What up?
Man, you are able to just put it on, man. Put on the show. The show must go on.
It's got to.
We were just joking right before the show about how if Router and I ever did a show, it would just be, yes, y'all, this is Married to the Games. All right, let's get to it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is 2 minutes. Anyway. 2 minutes before we started the show, Gabe's like, "I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Hang on, let me drink this Red Bull real quick."
That's right.
Yes, y'all. Yes,
yeah,
y'all.
I don't know how you did it, man. You just flipped the switch,
dude. I'm spent. That's why I have to sit down and let you guys do your first weekend update so I can recuperate.
No problem.
That's right.
You just sit back and we'll take care of this.
Yeah, just take a seat.
Thank you.
Let's see. This week, my work closes down Thursday and Friday, so I went ahead and took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Had a nice long weekend. We took a trip over to see Krista's grandparents in East Tennessee, where they will not be buying the Xbox One, probably. Oh, wait, no, they flip-flopped.
They can now. They can.
They flip-flopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they can buy the Xbox One, but they got to dance in front of it because it has a camera.
That's awesome.
Let's see. What else? I've been playing a lot of The Last of Us lately. Very fun. Really enjoying the story and the gameplay. I think, actually, I'm trying to remember. Somebody had asked us about the gameplay, how we felt about it. I, at first, was like, oh, this is a little different. This is a little weird. But I was on board with the story from the get-go.
Right.
And then after getting into the gameplay a few more hours, I mean, I really liked the gameplay because it really makes you, hold back your items and kind of think about how you use everything. So I really love that about the game. And I mean, I get into a lot of these firefight situations where I'm running and gunning and then stopping and healing real quick. And then it's an intense game. It really,
which is dope that it's not a quick process.
Exactly.
I love that. For some reason, the healing doesn't, it's not quick. You have to sit there and wrap your arm and people are moving around you. And oh, gosh.
Yeah, you've really got to bide your time. It's a crazy game. I love it. But yeah, it's a stark contrast to Uncharted, where you're just basically Rambo,
right?
So you're just running through and gunning everybody and never run out of ammo. But
a fun-loving Rambo at that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, really, really liking it. Like I said, the story is great. The voice acting is just phenomenal.
Oh, it's incredible.
My gosh.
I'm actually. Didn't you say we might have an interview coming up with one of the voice actors?
Ooh, little tease. Yeah, we are gonna have one coming up. I think maybe next week or the week after.
I think I'd like to run it next week while everybody's playing the game, but we'll talk about that.
Sweet.
Let's see what else did I do? Oh, so I noticed that fanny packs came back. I went to Target yesterday, and
that's a great observation, Hall.
Yeah, some dude had a fanny pack. And I was like, really? And not just some dude, some bro had a fanny pack.
Wow.
I was like, really? Those? And I turned to Krista and I was like, did those come back? And she was like, yeah, you didn't know that? And I was like, what? Like, well, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Did he have a slap bracelet on?
No, he had the bro tank top and the bro shorts and the fanny pack.
Wow.
That's incredible. I love that.
And I was going to ask him if he was going in to buy Call of Duty. I couldn't really tell.
He was getting mad.
That's awesome.
Madden. Yeah, but it reminded me that I have this Game Boy fanny pack from like 91 maybe in the box.
Wow.
And I was like, maybe I should bust that out.
I wouldn't.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it on the Twitter feed or something. I've been wanting to get it up there and show everybody.
I think you should.
Please do. Please do.
But anyway, I ran in there to get some ink for our printer, and because I was like, oh, well, it's a little bit cheaper than Staples. So I go to the store, and it's actually much more expensive. And I was like, well, what the heck? And I was well, I think they price match, so I'll go check this out. And they like brought this little... I go to the checkout and they bring this little iPad up and they're like, well, what place were you talking about? And I was like, oh, yeah, it's just Staples. It's just right down the road. And then they were like, oh, well, our website's actually a little cheaper. And they pulled it up and they scanned me the price. And I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Really? And that was it?
Yeah, that was it. It was like really hassle free. I didn't have to say like, sorry, I don't have the ad, or something stupid like that. But they've got a really good price match policy over there. So for gaming, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's going to be really nice. That's good to know.
And Best Buy's is a little bit better. The Best Buy actually does a price match where they'll match like Amazon and I think even like Newegg. So they're kind of out there. They match
Newegg?
Yeah, they're kind of out there.
That's crazy.
You can. It's just really cool to know that you can still go to the store and get it and get the same deal. Because, buying offline, you really never know when you're going to get it. Obviously, as Tim and I showed with The Last of Us.
Yeah,
right.
You never know.
Sweet.
That's my update. Let's move to Router.
Why, thank you, gentlemen. Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Yes.
I can't believe it's the 4th already, man. It's crazy.
Freedom!
Work is kicking my butt. I've been getting up nice and early most days because everybody needs something all at the same time.
Of course.
But that doesn't, it's nothing new. I've dealt with it before, and you move on. But what's good is I'm still getting in I usually try and set, no matter how busy I am, if I can, I'm trying to set an hour for The Last of Us with my Pulse Elite headphones.
You know what's important.
Oh my gosh, man! If I didn't have those headphones on, I probably wouldn't hear some of the runners and the clickers.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear half the stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would probably be dead way more than I should be. So it's just like, even this morning, I'm like, oh wait, there's something right behind me, and I look back and I was able to sneak up, and oh man, those things are amazing. I think from here on out, every episode, I'm gonna say Pulse Elite, and hopefully Sony will, pick up on this and maybe hook us all up with something, but because they're just awesome.
There you go.
But so still grinding through The Last of Us, and like Hall, I'm just really loving it. And what's funny, Hall, you mentioned comparisons to Uncharted and that kind of stuff. I see a lot of similarities control-wise with it. And for me, and I said this last week, for me, it's really comfortable because, I liked how, you pick things up using the diamond instead of, something else.
The diamond?
I'm sorry, triangle. My bad.
Triangular diamond.
You should be watching all kind of These Are Shapes videos right now with your daughter. I cannot believe you got that wrong.
Exactly.
These are shapes.
You need to watch some more Leapfrog.
Yeah, right? Square. Yeah. Anyway, so triangle. That's the one. That's the one that we use.
That's awesome.
But yeah, the gameplay, I think the controls is great, and I too like how you can. It takes a while to like craft your stuff, to even like swap out your weapons. It makes it a little bit more human, which I think is really cool because that's what you would do if you had a backpack on anyway. And the game is just
you wouldn't be able to pause time around you like Zach Morris.
Exactly. And what I've been trying to do? I've been trying to not use that listen feature where you can, because it's just. I didn't know it was there. I forgot about it after like the first like 2 gameplays, and it makes it a little bit more exciting because you're like, oh crap, there's somebody right there. And my whole thing has been stealth the whole time. That's kind of where I've been going with it, rather than rather than the hall method of going in and blasting everybody as quickly as possible. But
I was going to say, I don't think anybody has lived in mine. So,
Really?
yeah, like I get into a situation where I'm sneaking and then I set off something and then I just have to kill everybody.
nice,
So,
nice. I did let
Sweet.
I did let 2 clickers go. I just bypassed them because it wasn't a good opportunity. I was low on something and it wasn't a good opportunity, and I only had 1 shiv left. So I was like, yeah, forget it. I'll keep going. So,
There you go.
but yeah. So yeah, The Last of Us, and a lot of work, and looking forward to just taking a day and chilling out with family. And I think I bought a new grill finally because my old grill was so beat up. It had been through 2 thunderstorms where the wind took it from one part of the patio and threw it into my tree bed. And the thing was
The hand of God.
So it was funny because I took it on Saturday, and I took it to the curb and I just wrote free, take it, right? And while I'm taking it to the curb, there's like little little pieces of metal just falling out of it. It's like the thing was so beat up. Within an hour, somebody picked it up.
Sweet.
what?
It was incredible. I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no way somebody's going to take this. But sure enough, like I went and ran an errand, came back, and it was gone. So somebody took it.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're going to be grilling, and it'll be awesome. So
I love that.
Mr. Patillo, talk to me. What are you doing for the 4th?
Well, as friends, we have to ask you, because we haven't asked you in a couple weeks. For those that don't know, Router has to go get like 5 shots a week because he's sensitive to pollen. So how have your shots been going?
You had to bring that up, right? Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
We asked you about it like 2-3 weeks in a row, and then we stopped asking you. So we have to ask you.
It's actually been really good. I don't get as many allergy attacks. And you know what's really interesting is I know when, let me just give you a little allergy 101 here. So in the spring, you have your tree pollens, right? Of course, I'm allergic to that. But I'm starting to realize that my body reacts differently to different allergens, to different pollens. So like when tree pollen's out in the spring, I get congested, but then I also get wheezy. You get a little asthmatic, which is really weird. Now that it's the summer, it's grass pollen, and it's just all congestion, which has been good. Like it's been very controlled, which is good. And then in the fall is ragweed and weed pollen, and that's kind of a combination of both too. So there you have it, people. I am your allergen specialist. I will look you up. I can tell you the levels today, and how high the pollen count's going to be, but. To answer your question, the shots have been going great. It's super easy. You just go in, you swipe your card, and I get 5 shots in the arm.
Wow. Golly. Do you divide up the arms at least?
They're nice. They're like, how many do you want in this arm? I said, 3 is good, and then 2 in the other. It depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'll be like, just do all 5 on one. It's fine.
I like it.
Oh, goodness.
But the funny thing is you have to wait 30 minutes after your shots. Like the shot process takes like 30 seconds, and then you have to sit there and wait because they're very conservative about it, which is good. They want you to just, make sure there aren't any reactions. So you just basically just sit in the waiting room and you have to wait 30 minutes. And I actually got in trouble once because I went out, sat down, and like, man, I got to go. I got stuff to do. And I walked out, and like 2 minutes later, they called me. They're like, Mr. Router, the next time you come in, please make sure you stay here for 30 minutes. I'm like, shoot, I got caught.
No way.
Yeah. They take it really serious now. So what I do now, which is really dope, is I bring in my little iPad and I start watching and get caught up on a lot of my shows. So I've been watching Game of Thrones season 3. And so I just hang out there and for 30 minutes, and then I go home.
Sweet.
So you're kind of like the Green Lantern. You got to charge it up.
That's
something.
right. Exactly.
Because, Pollen Boy.
This whole process is such a slow, it's such a slow process anyway, though. Like they just upped the dosage of my vials probably a couple weeks ago. And it's a very slow, gradual, they introduce your body more and more to what you're allergic to so that your body produces what it needs to fight it. So it's pretty interesting. Sometimes it works for some people and it doesn't for others. So hopefully it'll work for me because I'm allergic to everything. Hence the 5 shots.
Right. Exactly.
I was reminded of you the other day because my Saturn doesn't have AC, so I have to roll the windows down, and some pollen came into my car. I was like, This would probably bother Router a lot.
I would probably instantly blow up like a balloon. Just
That's really
it's
funny.
Be the Hendon Router.
No, it's manageable now because I can go out. Like I did some yard work the other day, and as long as I've taken the I usually take Claritin D sponsor, and as long as I take that, we're good.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
Married to the Game, sponsored by Claritin D.
That'd be so weird.
That would be weird, wouldn't it? I'd love it. It'd be like it'd be me in a candy store. All right,
that's
all right,
awesome.
back to you, I'm sorry, back to you, Mr. Patel. You talk to us about what you've been up to.
I beat The Last of Us this last weekend.
Yeah, you are killing it with games this week.
Yeah, it was incredible. It was one of those things that was kind of funny. Like I beat it, and then I just kind of like stared at the case for a while because
Nice.
I was like, I was like in my head, I was like, okay, that's over. I've been waiting like over a year for this game, and it's done.
Yep.
But the game is like everybody's saying, it's so good. And I might have a interesting way of reviewing it maybe in the next couple weeks. I got an idea. I'm gonna try it out.
Well, I
don't want to say anything yet.
No, but I think we should definitely do a Last of Us like we did for The Walking Dead, because this is one game that we're all playing, and we can kind of all compare notes down the road.
Yeah, spoiler cast. The only thing that'll be different about this one. Remember, the last time we did a spoiler cast was on The Walking Dead, and that had a bunch of different choices in it.
Yep.
And this one's a lot more linear.
Yes,
I don't know if you can't really do stuff too different. So, but we could definitely still geek out about the story and talk about it.
And it doesn't have to be a full cast either.
Oh yeah. So, I beat The Last of Us, and then promptly started XCOM, and that game's really fun.
I'm so excited.
That game is fun, Timothy Hall. It's hard though. I was I'm not super smart, so like I don't know if I'm just doing stuff wrong or I'm more of a running gunning kind of guy, because I'd like throw a guy into the middle of the map and then 3 aliens will pop up and then work their way around me and then kill them. I was like, okay, I'm not doing something right. But I'm starting to get a hang of it. But I did just lose like one of my guys that's I've had since the beginning of the game. I'm only probably like 10 missions in or something like that, but he had like 23 kills, and and he's gone.
It sucks to lose those people, and you'll lose them throughout the game. I mean, like I had the same situation happen, but once they get to a point where they're strong enough, you won't hardly lose anybody. So.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. And then, like you guys were saying, got to record and talk to a guy named Brandon Scott. He plays Henry in The Last of Us. So one of the reasons we're waiting is because just as people are playing it, Henry comes a little bit later. And so, like, I don't even think either of you guys are too Henry. Are you guys?
No.
So we want at least us have been able to, I want you guys to at least be able to see Henry's character and stuff like that before we bring the interview. But it was a really cool time talking to him about just voiceover acting, working with Naughty Dog, motion capture. So you guys be looking for that on the horizon. It's going to be, it's a really cool talk with him. Also got to talk to a guy named Mikey Bridges. We talked about Game Church before, GameChurch.com, and he runs that, and that was his idea and his baby. So I talked to him a couple days ago. So we'll do that in the next couple weeks sometime. So it's exciting times of talking to people. So it's been really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, Router, do it to it.
All right, man. We got a few releases this week. Fathom for PC came out this week. Crash City Mayhem for the 3DS, and Scourge Outbreak on Xbox Live Arcade. But the big release this week, The Walking Dead 400 Days.
Yes. Yes.
Just already downloaded it this morning. It released for PlayStation yesterday. Today, it
the
releases,
2nd of July.
Yes, sorry. The 2nd of July. On July 3rd, which would be today, is PC and Mac and Steam. Via Steam, and then July 5th is when all you Xboxers will be able to get it on Xbox Live.
And then July 11th is when iOS gets it. And the people in Europe will get it on the 10th on PlayStation of July. So can we talk about that real fast before you even keep going? Because I'm super excited about that.
Yeah. So I guess there's 5 different characters, 5 different stories.
Yes. And the game takes place over 400 days. And it's the same time period that you played Lee and Clementine.
Wow.
So it's going to be kind of from a different angle on those 400 days.
And there's no crossover either, right? They didn't do any. There's no connection.
They said people that have existing save files from the first season will have their decisions carried over. I just don't know what that means yet. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what that means.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that one out.
And then it says your choices will also carry over into the second season, which will be later this year. And what I thought was interesting was you guys both played on PlayStation. I played on the iPad. And so I wonder if the iPad will have the same cross sharing as the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully I don't get jacked up with that.
I hope for your sake.
That'll be an interesting experiment.
Yes, it will. And it's only $5, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that $5 for all 5 characters? I'm guessing it's one long episode.
Yeah, I think it's one long. I downloaded it, and I can't remember how big the file was, but yeah, it was $5, and that was it.
Man, I was so disappointed that it's not coming out till next week on freaking iOS, because that's what I want to play it on. But then you have to remember too, like 3 days from then, the second Plants vs. Zombies finally comes out, so I'm be iOSing it up like crazy.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot on your plate with your iPad, that's for sure.
It's going to be awesome.
So,
okay, Ryder. Sorry.
So we had some new releases, but for all you PlayStation folk, there's massive sales going on PSN right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I was going to bring up the sales because it's going up across basically Xbox Live and PlayStation Network.
Yeah, Xbox Live was like, we need to do something for free.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that later then? You want me to just move on?
No, go ahead and go into it now because this kind of ties in with releases. I mean, talking about the store.
Well, I mean, some games of note for July 2nd through the 9th. If you have a PlayStation Plus membership, Batman Arkham Asylum is $5.
What?
Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is $37.79 if you're PlayStation Plus. Mortal Kombat for the PS3 is $5.
Wow.
Prince of Persia $4. Ratchet and Clank Collection $7.50.
Prince of Persia.
I heard that game was horrible.
It's that's funny.
So whatever, it's all good. Shadow of the Colossus $5.
There you go.
Lord of the Rings Aragon's Quest for the PSP $2.50. Those are some mentions. And then July 9th through the 16th, they've got a bunch of other ones. Alice Madness Returns for the PS3, that's $4. Fast and Furious Showdown, what is that? It says $23. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes for PS3, $7.50. Lord of the Rings War in the North for the PS3, $5. Silent Hill Book of Memories for the Vita, $7.50. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2 for the PS3, $5.
Really?
The Simpsons Arcade. Yeah, the Simpsons Arcade game for the on the PSN, $4.89.
That's awesome.
Tron Evolution for the PSP, $4. And X-Men for the on PSN, $4.89. So if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you're going to have a ton of discounted games.
And I tell you what, if you haven't played Batman and it's there for $5, go get
Come
that.
on.
Pick that Joker up.
Hey.
I see what you did there.
That was a good one.
Hall, what are some of the... I saw that, what was it? Defense Grid, The Awakening?
Yeah, there's been some free games. I think Fable 3 was free recently. And then this Defense Grid game, I haven't gotten a chance to open it, but I went ahead and downloaded it because it was free.
Yeah, for Xbox.
Yesterday, they had a crazy sale, so I had texted Router about AC3. I said, if it's $15, should I get it? Because it's on sale for $15.
Yeah, sure.
Well, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they had basically, I think what they're doing is they're doing like some sales are a daily thing, so you can only get it on that day, and then they have persistent sales. Yesterday, like I said, was AC3 for $15, Borderlands 2 for $10.
Oh, wow.
So I hope that everybody that has an Xbox bought that yesterday. And yesterday being Tuesday. It was nuts. Let's see. Today, which would be Wednesday, they got, let's see, Lego Batman 2 for $10, Monopoly Streets for $10, Lego Lord of the Rings for $15. I tried the demo out for that, and that's actually pretty fun.
People love those games, boy.
All those Lego games are fun.
Yeah. They haven't posted much other sales, but they have a persistent sales, which is basically sales for the entire week. Bulletstorm for $5, Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 for $5, Crysis, the first one, for $5. Dragon Age Origins for $5, Mass Effect for $5. That's insane.
What?
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they've got some older ones like Prey and Perfect Dark Zero for $3.
There you go.
That's awesome.
So it's really cool to see, like, towards the end of this generation, them doing a bunch of sales and kind of trying to get people ready for, a day one digital or just kind of a digital path to where games can go on sale. And it's really affordable for people. I think that's great.
I think, of course, it's amazing. Another thing I want to bring up in July for PlayStation Plus, Battlefield 3 is going to be free.
It is right now, actually.
Freaking Jet Set Radio. I don't know if anybody remembers back in the Dreamcast days, Jet Set Radio or Jet Grind Radio. That was a big game for me back in the day. Another one was it Abe's Odyssey or something like that? Odd World.
Well, that's pretty cool. Is it Stranger's Wrath that's going to be free, or is it
Munch's Odyssey? Odd World.
Munch's Odyssey. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
Free, and then some stuff on PSP too. I mean, Metal Slug XX for Vita and Dokuro. I don't know that one, but anyway, July, man.
Man, they continue to provide a lot of value. I'd really like to hear if it's like the developers that are jumping on with the free thing, or is it just Sony that's doing it?
That's a good question.
Because I wonder if developers are doing things to usher people in that direction. Like, Battlefield 3 is free, so I wonder if they're ushering people towards Battlefield 4.
Yeah, you want them to love it.
Absolutely.
So they want the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna download that. I'm starting to run out of space, so I need to upgrade my hard drive.
Oh, I'm totally out of space. I have to axe something every time I download something. So.
Yeah, me too. And then I got the Yellow Light of Death and got a new PlayStation altogether, so that helped.
Yeah, you've got the Super Slim, so that'll help too. So yeah, man,
I went from 120 to 250 gigs or something like that.
Oh, that's great.
There you go.
Yeah. Sorry, Timmy.
Yeah. No, it's fun, man. There's a lot of good stuff happening this month, so everybody be on the lookout, both Xbox and PlayStation. So I think that's very cool. So we got some top selling games for the week ending June 22nd, and once again, The Last of Us reigned supreme. Number one, it did 134,000 units. So year to date, it has done almost 600,000 units so far.
Go get that
awesome.
game.
Yep. And let's see, number 2, Animal Crossing stays up there. Mr. 3DS is still at it again.
Up.
Yep, that game is crazy.
What do you even do in that game? Somebody please tell us. You can't just cross the street with animals all day.
No, it's like a whole, like you build your whatever and animals show up, or I have no idea.
Yeah, we need to stop. We need to stop pretending that we know what this game is about, because I have a feeling somebody's gonna get really mad.
Yeah, somebody's going like, dude, I've been playing it all week. Shut up.
Maybe if we just keep talking about 3DS games, Nintendo will send us one.
That'd be great.
Is that the way that works?
I don't know.
I would start talking about Honda. Start talking about S2000s.
Yeah, I have not a clue, but it's probably a good idea for one of us to get a 3DS at some point.
I'm getting one, I think.
All right, Gabe, you do that. I'll get a Wii U, and then Hall, you can get a.
Oh shoot!
And then Hall, you can get a Ouya.
Yeah,
I might need to get a Wii U. Gosh.
I think I am going to get a Wii U, by the way.
I need Mario Kart in my life.
Yeah, and when Mario Kart comes out, I think I'm going to get it.
Dude, me and my wife played Tanks the other night, just on a side note from the Wii Play. Oh my gosh, that junk is so fun.
Cool.
Anyway, sorry. No,
it's funny. I think we always feel bad for Nintendo, so we're like trying to throw them a bone right now.
No, but I really did play it the other night. And it was like really fun from like me and my wife to sit down and play something that wasn't Dr. Mario, and it was awesome.
I know, man. I miss our time when we would play Mario Kart together, and you'd school me
till stupid hours into the night.
Oh, it was fun. All right, I'm sorry. So number 3, Minecraft for the Xbox 360. Number 4, Call of Duty Black Ops. Stays up there, has done over
gracious.
In the 32 weeks it's been out, has done over 7 million units sold.
That's crazy.
Right? Number 5, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D for the 3DS. Number 6 was Call of Duty for the Black Ops for the PS3. Number 7, Batman Arkham City for the Xbox 360. Number 8, Luigi's Mansion.
Go ahead, Luigi's Mansion.
Number 9, that's right. Number 9, Just Dance 4. Number 10, Batman Arkham City for the PS3. It's pretty interesting to see Batman now that, we're getting closer to release date. Arkham City's starting to gain some ground, and I wonder if now that Arkham Asylum's coming out and being dirt cheap, that, it might even boost that as well. Who knows?
That's why I really wish that they would release digital sales numbers for PlayStation Store and Xbox Store, because, at $5, it's going to sell ridiculously.
Oh, it's going to be pretty big. So there you have it. Top selling games, folks.
Hey, you guys remember a couple months ago when this guy on the internet showed everybody what the Xbox One looked like?
What?
No.
You know the Xbox One reveal?
Oh, yeah, yes. Yeah, okay.
That guy that was like, the Xbox One.
Oh, Mr. Don Matrick, perhaps?
Yeah, he doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, isn't that weird? But here's what I thought was weird is, why is he going to Zynga?
I don't know.
Can I ask that? Or
probably wasn't a good idea.
Does that make any sense? Or did Microsoft just be like, you know what, you've done enough. We're just going to put you over here. Go have fun at Zynga and enjoy.
That's like jumping on a plane that's running out of gas.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing that worries me is I'm like, why? Like with how weird, and I guess to the normal consumer, they won't even know that Don left.
No, but a lot of people don't even know who Don is.
Right. But for those of us that pay attention, it's just a little weird. Like as much as like, obviously we talked about last week with Microsoft, like, we're doing stuff this way. And no, we're going to do it like this. Like, yeah. And then the head guy leaves.
I feel like they're taking everything off their ship and just dumping it in the ocean to make their ship lighter. And there goes poor Don. There he goes overboard. And I don't get it. Is this like a panic from Microsoft, or is this something where, they're just going to leave the Xbox One into the hands of Steve Ballmer?
I don't know, man. It's weird. It's always weird to me when companies do things like this, because it seems like you never really get the whole story, because they don't want to come out and say, he led us down this path and now people are pissed and so we got rid of him. So they always have to be so PC about things. And so it's just a very interesting, jump over to Zynga, and who used to be the bomb. If this would have happened like 5 years ago or something like that, we'd been like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but they just laid off a ton of people
on a launch year. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird, and I think the perception can be, Microsoft's panicking, so they're trying to restructure and reorganize again. So whether or not they want to talk about it, it's already being assumed that by the general public that, okay, Microsoft's kind of freaking out right now, and they're getting rid of people and trying to bring in somebody else who can turn this around.
It seems like we've seen a lot of like stepping down and the shuffling of people, and it's just it's weird and it's scary, but at the same time you're like, okay, well, if these people are going to have a renewed vision for this company, then I guess bring them on, you know what I mean? We saw this, didn't we see it with like EA not long ago or somebody like that?
Yep. Yeah, it's exactly right. It's just one of those weird, it's odd. It just seems odd. we're not hearing a whole lot more about it. I think they've just been like, well, he's gone, and let's kind of push it and move on to who the next person is going to take over. But I don't know. We'll see. It's Microsoft. They're a beast, and they only have a few more months to kind of figure it out, which I'm sure they will. It's just a question of whether or not consumers will respond or not.
The games industry is different than any other industry in that they're dealing so much with the press. So there's a lot of face to save, I guess, if you will.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
The thing about it is that big companies that don't deal with the press as much as video game companies take a long time to make decisions and a long time to move things because executives don't want to get axed. That's the whole thing. Like, if you're an executive, you want to keep that job as long as you can because, it as far as your job security and as far as your reputation is concerned, if you do something wrong, are you going to be able to get another job somewhere else? And then also, too, you don't want to lose that high-paying job. You want to retire there.
Of course, yeah. But it seems those guys always land on their feet, though, because they, once you have that high status, it seems like you could jump to another job pretty easy. But this happened really quick.
Yeah.
To us at least.
They get pretty decent severance packages, too, so they can kind of... They can kind of wiggle a little bit, but
chill out for a second.
Yeah, exactly. But
I still think it's so weird that he went to Zynga.
Yeah, it
just
is
seems
might
so
have been the only
weird.
people that.
Maybe he's planning on retiring soon.
Yeah,
That's
maybe.
true.
He's a young looking guy.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's
That's
all good.
weird.
I mean, they'll figure it out. They have to. They've got a new console coming out. They've got to do what they got to do. So all we can do is sit back and watch.
Exactly. On another note, the Grand Theft Auto 5, this is kind of what we talked about last week, what Xbox should have done a year ago. And I know this is not up to Xbox, but if they could have implemented something like this before, it'd been nice. The 360 version of Grand Theft Auto 5 will be shipping with 2 discs. One will be for install only, and then the second will be used to play the game. And then the PlayStation, obviously, because it's Blu-rays, only be one disc. But, it kind of talks to how we were saying that they kind of shifted gears a little fast with the Xbox One and how they wanted everybody to just install the games already. And then, you can do whatever you want with the disc. So I thought this was interesting that GTA 5 is going to step in this direction, but they did say it was because they wanted everybody to have the best experience they could with such a massive game. Because you guys know these Grand Theft Auto games, they cram a lot of content in there. And so this one's going to be no different. It sounds like it's going to be a beast.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
That's good to hear. It kind of goes to your point about they could have kind of eased people into it, so they could have started having install discs and then maybe said, well, you can either install the game and we can tie it to your account, or you can just play it like you normally would.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see how that whole thing plays out. I always lose install discs, so I don't know what that's going to do for resale. Maybe everybody else is a lot more responsible with their CDs than I am, but I can imagine a bunch of kids getting the game, being super excited, throwing the install disc in, installing it, throwing that out somewhere into their room, throwing the other one in and starting to play. And then as weeks go by, you have no idea where the install disc is. And then how do you sell it or let your friend borrow it if they can't install it?
You're probably going to see a lot of install discs show up on Craigslist.
Where that's all they have.
Yeah. They're like, I got the install disc.
Anybody need it? That's
$10.
awesome.
Exactly. Router, did you have something?
E3 Game Critics Awards were released.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's do it. Best of Show, Titanfall.
Woo!
Best Original Game, Titanfall.
I love it.
Best Console Game, Titanfall.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, Respawn tore it up at E3. Best Handheld Mobile Game,
Titanfall.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Right? Best PC game.
Which one?
Handheld was Tearaway. Best handheld mobile game was Tearaway. Best PC game, Titanfall. Here's a good one. Yeah, here's a good one. Best hardware peripheral, Oculus Rift. There you have it.
There you
I
go.
thought you were going to say Titanfall.
Yeah, right. Best action game.
It's got to be the Oculus Rift. What else would it be? I mean, there's not anything that's that dope.
Yeah, exactly. Best action game, Titanfall.
No
Best
way.
Best action adventure game, Watch Dogs.
Oh.
Best role-playing game, The Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay.
Best racing game, Need for Speed Rivals.
Yes, that did look awesome. I just stood around the EA booth and watched people play that. I didn't even try to play it. I was like, nah, I'm good. They had like an announcer there saying what everybody was doing, and I was like, I don't need how bad I'm doing getting blasted over any kind of speakers, so I'm going to just watch.
Yep. And this gentleman sucks over here. That would totally be me, too. I'm with you, Gabe. I would just sit back and watch. Let somebody else look like a fool.
That's really funny.
Best sports game, NHL 14. I thought for sure it was going to be Madden or NBA.
Titanfall.
Yeah, right. Best strategy game was Total War Rome 2. That's Creative Assemblies for...
yeah.
Yep. Best social/casual game, Fantasia Music Evolved, which I hear is really good, by the way.
Yes, I was walking out one day with one of the guys that worked that booth. We had both parked over in the same area, and I looked at his shirt, and I was like, oh, Fantasia, because that's that Disney game, right?
Yep.
And I was like, dude, I should have totally came over to you guys' booth, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. He was like, you can come back tomorrow. I was like, I leave tomorrow morning. He was like, oh, no. And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you should have checked it out. He's like, it's incredible.
Yeah, and that's an Xbox exclusive, I believe. So, we'll see. Best online multiplayer, Titanfall.
No way.
Titanfall cleaned it up. And the last one, best downloadable game, Transistor, which I've heard a lot of good things about as well, by the way. So Titanfall did, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It sounded like The Last of Us from Walking Dead from last year.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Titanfall takes 6 of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there you have it.
Good for them, man. I love that. I love when somebody just comes and wrecks shop. I love that.
Yep.
It looks like a really good game.
It does look amazing.
That's crazy. Real quick before we wrap this thing up with some questions. Ubisoft's website got hacked. So go change your passwords.
That sucks.
Hackers are off the chain, man. Golly.
I always love Anonymous, though. I think those guys are awesome.
Yeah, there's something awful about what they do, and there's something like super cool about what they do. Because like I just picture it all like it's in a movie. Like there's like a camera like panning around and like typing away. There's like hot girls walking around with drinks in the background. They're like they're like sweating. They have like waterproof keyboards. I'm like, yeah, man, those guys are hacking.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we are due for another Hackers movie. You remember that one from like 94?
Dude, of course, with Angelina Jolie in it.
Yep.
So I think we're due for a new one.
Yeah, Hackers 2, Electric Boogaloo.
That's right.
That sounds awesome. I like that idea.
What, is Walking Dead Season 2 going to be Electric Boogaloo? That's what I'm thinking.
The Zombie Boogaloo.
Walking Dead Season 2, Electric Boogaloo. That would be so long. That's like a black church play. They always have the longest titles ever. It's like Medea goes to the store and gets groceries, but then goes home and realizes she didn't pick up tomato paste. So that's the whole reason she went to the store in the first place, by Tyler Perry.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
That is awesome.
Golly.
Part 2. You forgot the part 2 part.
Gabe, I learned something today.
That's right.
Yes, black play names are very long,
That's
usually.
awesome. Gabe is taking us to school today. Oh.
Yeah, a little culture for you.
Boys, what do we think? Should we get in some questions?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Anybody got anything else?
I got interviewed by the guys connected with GameChurch.com have a web show called Revelations Live, and they interviewed me the other day.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And it was really weird to be on the other side of it. Like to be having to come up with answers and
Interesting.
people asking questions. So Revelations Live, go check it out with your boy Gabe Patillo.
There you go.
Yeah, Gabe is probably the best interviewee for this side of the show. So
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. You guys might have been. It might have been hilarious.
It would have, actually.
Yeah.
It would have been pretty funny.
They'd have been like, so Timothy Hall, such and 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 such. He'd have been like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
They'd be
Hey,
like,
man, that's the first rule of interviewing. Don't ask a question that can be answered yes or no.
Yeah.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Shoot, I wish I'd have known that before I interviewed Brandon Scott.
There you go. I can just picture the interview like me. I'd just be, I'd have like tissues out of my nose. My eyes would be all watery. Be like, oh yeah, I'm on Married to the Games. Shoot.
Tim would be on his iPad getting shots.
I know, right? I'd be like, is there pollen in this studio? Because I'm highly allergic.
Oh, geez,
He would start out the
Louise.
interview like that, and at the end of the interview, he'd be talking all normal.
That's right.
Drugs kick in
That's right.
just
That's
at the
awesome.
very end.
Oh,
Okay,
fun times,
sorry.
fun
Go ahead,
times.
Ryder.
No, we are all good. All right, our boys, the Frozen Gamers, at Frozen Gamers. What of the games being discounted via the PlayStation Store are you guys interested in or planning to get? And we just discussed that, and that's why I wanted to bring up that question. I'm all about Arkham Asylum because I don't have that. So $5, I'm in. Take that.
Yeah, get that.
Take that any day. And you know,
it's a pretty good game.
I'd do Lego Batman 2 as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely obviously just came off of, I'm playing XCOM right now, which I was free. I downloaded Human Revolution. I definitely will be downloading Jet Set Radio because I never really for some reason I never really played through that game when I had it on the Dreamcast because I did have it. So, and the music on that game is just so much fun. So I'll be definitely doing that. And I own Battlefield 3, so won't be getting that one.
I sold my copy of Battlefield 3, so I'll be downloading that for free.
There you go. I meant to tell you, July 9th through the 16th, that they also are releasing the Hitman trilogy in HD for the PS3, and for PS Plus members, that's $15.99.
Ooh, HD? Yes, sir. Those are good games.
Yep.
Gosh, those are good.
And to answer your question, I'm going to be getting Mortal Kombat.
Oh, there you go. Sorry,
There you
Hall.
go.
Forgot.
Yeah, don't forget about Hall, Router. Golly. You're not the only Tim around here.
I know. I'm sorry. I had a momentary lapse. Okay. Jason Dodd at JMan1097. For 4th of July, what is the most patriotic game that you've played? His is Duke Nukem, which I think is awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say that, or like Doom. Wasn't Doom like the first Doom? Didn't you? Oh, Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein,
funny.
when you fought the freaking Nazis.
Yep.
Yeah, Wolfenstein.
Gosh, I can't think of really any. Actually, I take it back. The most patriotic game I've played was probably one of those Olympics games or something.
You
where
do
play
feel
as Team
patriotic.
USA.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Like, I always wanted to play as somebody else. Like, oh, I should play as Nigeria. And then I was like, USA.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I
especially
was
when
always
you're-
like, Australia. No, USA.
Especially when you're playing basketball because Team USA is like twice as good as everybody else.
Exactly.
So
That's
Seriously.
awesome. All right. Next question from our boy Casey. Why has no one played BioShock yet? And why aren't you playing Hotline Miami either?
That's a good question.
I love when they scold us about that. Thanks, Casey. I haven't played BioShock because I'm not too terribly interested in it right now, and there's so many other games that I want to play. And I heard great things about Hotline Miami, too. So that might be one that I might pick up.
You know what's weird? That's flown under my radar, Hotline Miami. I don't know anything about that game, but I definitely want to play BioShock Infinite badly. And I probably will pick that one up next and just forego the fact that I didn't play 1 and 2 because I just can't do it.
yeah, I think I'll pick up Infinite when it hits that $20 or $30 mark, and that can't be long.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think you should be able to get
There
that
you
on
go.
eBay or something too.
Yeah, it should be soon. But Hotline Miami, do they have a Mac version of that?
You know, I was just going to say, Hall, when you sent me that link to goodoldgames.com,
Yeah.
they had it on their summer sale, and it was like $5. I almost got it.
What is that game? Hall, what is that game?
Hotline Miami.
Yeah.
It's like a top-down shooter kind of game.
And it looks real old school.
Yeah, it's almost like there was a game. Oh, shoot. There's been a ton of games like that, so I don't even have to think of it. But yeah, it's just a top-down shooter, basically.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it incorporates a lot of new practices, though, as far as game development is concerned, because a lot of those old top-down shooter games they're not very deep at all, and they're kind of boring.
Right.
So this one's got to be kind of a new twist. Everybody loves it. So
Yeah, because people are liking it. Okay.
hmm
That's awesome. Okay, we got another one from Twitter. Rich Fisher at Valhalla1R asks, if all of the new consoles utilize some form of second screen, do you think that will validate Wii U?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think if the PlayStation 4 really incorporates Vita stuff, then it's going to make Nintendo's efforts a little bit more useless, I think. Just because...
So the exact opposite of validating it?
So no, it's not going to.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, basically the Vita is almost a better second screen experience, because if you could use remote play, then you could play... If it works the way that they're expecting it to, then it would be able to play everything.
Right,
so
that's true.
That would
it'll make Wii U's
awesome.
look lazy. Is what you're saying.
I mean, basically, you know, with the Vita being a second screen, you get a whole portable device to take on the road with you.
Right, I see what you're saying, because Vita's not limited to playing games from your PS4, but you can also take.
I mean, you get something you can just take, you know, and have your own games for it. So.
That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know if it validates Wii U.
No, I said it invalidated it.
No. I know you did, but the question was, does it validate it? And so I'm saying,
nice.
I don't know if it validates it. It definitely, at least, I think somebody, because it's kind of like in the music business, we'll be sitting around, like we were a couple months ago, me and Toby and Dave were sitting on the bus, and we started writing this song, and it was called Light It Up. It's probably 7 months ago. And then, so we're like, you know, messing with the song idea, blah, 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 blah. And then we're watching, like, I don't remember what it was. It was like some highlights on ESPN, and Fall Out Boy's Light It Up song came on. And we were like, oh no, somebody's already doing this song, like doing this idea. And so it kind of validated us in a way that we were like, okay, well, at least we kind of had a cool idea. Our song wasn't as good as theirs, but, you know, it was still, obviously we were just writing it. But, and so I think Nintendo might feel like that, if that makes sense. So it's not like, but you're like, oh, okay, we had a good idea. See, people are doing this, you know, that kind of thing. But I don't know if it'll like validate it across the board to people, if that makes sense.
I think the most validation they would get would be from Apple, honestly, with the second screen stuff. If they did something really big with it.
I think if anything, because these new consoles are going to have that, it may like show consumers, hey, this is what the Wii U was supposed to do in the first place, and maybe failed to convey that message to you, but now you can. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Very good question, though, Rich. Thanks for that.
Yeah, very good question.
We got two more from Facebook. Our boy William J. Hines writes, if you're going to power through a game, what is your junk food of choice?
Ooh, that's a good question, too.
That's good. You know, I don't want, when I'm gaming, I'm not going to do like the whole chips or Cheetos, because that's just, then my controllers are shot. I'm all about, here's what I got right now. And it is, I'm telling you, it's crack candy. The Dove milk chocolates are just, they are the most incredible things ever. Like, I will have one when I first wake up in the morning. That's how good and how hooked I am on them. They're so good.
I like that.
Yeah, they're silky and smooth, and I just love them. I just think they're great. So that's probably what I'd be popping in while I'm playing.
There you go, Hall.
I'm gonna go with the standard Doritos and Mountain Dew.
There you go.
Like,
that's very standard.
Yeah,
that's extremely standard.
I mean, if you're powering through something, like, mainly if I'm snacking while gaming, it's if I'm like playing, like, I don't know, like Halo with some friends or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's like one of those late night multiplayer type of things. Usually when I'm playing a single player game, I'm not really snacking that much.
You know what's interesting? I found that I snack way more when I'm playing a single player game. And only because multiplayer, I feel like my hands are always on the controller. I'm doing something. But with, like, you know, The Last of Us or, you know, Black Ops, they'll be like, it seems like there's 5-minute segments of video. So you can kind of sit there. But when I've powered through games, I'm in a zone that doesn't even feel that I'm hungry.
Yeah, that's kind of
like
how
when I powered through Uncharted 3 and beat it in that one day or that one night, I think I got up and went to the bathroom and maybe got some water, and that was it because I was just so into the game that I didn't even eat.
There you go.
Very cool.
That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
All right.
I
Last
thought you were
question.
going to say that you didn't eat that much during multiplayer games because you didn't want people to hear you chew.
That would be funny. That
would be good though.
That's what I was kind of waiting on. The reason I do it though is because when you get those multiplayer matches, you're sitting in the lobby for a couple minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a good question. Okay, final question from Mark Boucher on Facebook, and he asks, "What is your favorite game controller design?"
Ooh.
Did we answer this a while ago, or was it something else?
We talked about what controllers we liked, but I don't know if we talked about favorite design. I tell you what, I'm probably going to get a tattoo, and it's probably going to be the Nintendo controller.
Nice.
I just think it's so classic, man. I mean, it's not my favorite, I guess, like as far as like how it feels in my hands, especially now. But like at the same time, how can it not be my favorite? It's the freaking Nintendo controller.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the controller that changed everything.
I love
it's
its
the controller
simplicity.
that brought controllers out of the ghetto.
The controller that brought controllers out of the ghetto. Oh,
I was
that's
trying
hilarious.
to harken back to the PSP thing where they said the PSP was the device that was going to bring mobile gaming out of the ghetto. It was like, what?
That is really funny.
Yeah. So there you go.
The Nintendo, especially going from like, the joystick to what the Nintendo was. I mean, it crushed everything else going on. And it was just so smart, and I think that's got to be my favorite.
It felt very easy too. I remember playing Mario, and it just felt easy to work with.
Yeah, and then the Super Nintendo controller was just an evolution of that same idea.
It was so good too.
Yeah, exactly. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I look back on it now and like the Genesis controller kind of sucked.
It did suck.
So, yeah, Nintendo got it right.
Was the Genesis the one with 6 buttons?
It was an optional 6-button thing, but it had 3 buttons on the original.
That's right. Oh, so bad. Even though I love Sega. Golly. Is that it, Router?
Well, there you have it.
Man. Thanks for the questions, guys. We love that. Again, we're not just making them up like we used to have to do.
Episode 1. Here's a fake question.
It was more just questions I was posing to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's right.
Hey, what do you guys think about this whole anyway, man, you guys, thanks for being here. We're married to the games, and we're about this thing. Peace. I'm just kidding. No, I would never end like that. I would never end like that.
Oh my God, Kate, that threw me for a loop for a second. I'm like, no.
You guys know exactly where to find us. marriedtothegames.com, facebook.com/marriedtothegames, twitter.com/mttgcast, youtube.com/marriedtothegames, podomatic.com/marriedtothegames. We're trying to be all over the place. I said in the interview, you can type Married to the Games into the Google search bar. You'll find us, and probably like 2 rap albums called Married to the Game.
That's awesome.
And so,
which are also worth checking out.
Exactly. So, man, keep hitting us up. Keep talking to us. We've loved the back and forth with you guys. It's been really, really awesome. It's cool to see that people are listening and stay listening. Some people are going back and listening to the early stuff. So I'm not saying go back and listen to everything, but we definitely have some cool interviews with Bradley Check, with Kai Wilhelmsen that are really cool that you guys should go check out. So I'm Gabe Patillo. That's Timothy Router. That's Timothy Hall. And we are up out this thing.